Well, hello there, and good evening, YouTube. I'm William Brantley, reporting from South Jackson, Tennessee, or Bemis, Tennessee, ready to share with you today's climate summary and give you a forecast for the next few days momentarily. We have had a stormy day here in West Tennessee today, especially during the afternoon hours, and a little bit during the evening hours just recently, within the last 3 or 4 minutes, matter of fact. We had a brief thunderstorm move by South Jackson. It's to our east now, and we have more to come. Better chances between midnight and noon tonight and tomorrow. More on that as I get to the Pacific forecast. First of all, let's look at the climate data like usual. At 5 p.m. the skies were clear. No, they wasn't. It was cloudy. Sorry about that. Cloudy skies. We had rain in the area here in the Bemis area. The temperature was 36 degrees at that time. That's right, 36 degrees. It's warmed up to 37 degrees so far at the current time, 6:41 p.m. And the dew point was 35 degrees at 5 p.m. Humidity was at 97%. The wind was out of the east at 12 miles per hour, and barometric pressure was 30.17 inches of mercury. Today's low temperature did drop down to 30 degrees, and the high today so far has been 38 degrees, and again it's 37 degrees as of 6:42. Here in Bemis, as of 5 p.m., we had 46/100 of an inch of rainfall here in the Bemis area since midnight or 12:01 a.m. The lowest humidity today so far, 62%. As of 11 a.m., highest would be 97%, and that was as of 5 p.m. Lowest dew point temperature would be 23 degrees, and that was at 4 through 7 a.m. this morning, and the highest would be 35 degrees, and that was as of 5 p.m. this evening. Lowest barometric pressure, 30.17 inches of mercury. That occurred at 5 p.m., while the highest would be 30.50 inches, and that occurred at 1 a.m. So far, today's highest wind gust has been 22 miles per hour out of the east at 9 a.m. this morning. Alrighty, the records for today, February the 19th, the hottest time would be 80 degrees. Whew. Boy, was that felt good back 1 year ago. 2018. 1 year ago today, it was 80 degrees. Compare that to today's 38 degrees. What a difference a year can make. Pardon me, I still ain't got over that cough just yet. I'm working on it though. Coldest high would be 25 degrees in the year 2006. While the warmest low would be 60 in 1994, and the coldest low would be 4 degrees above zero in 2015 when that happened. So far, today's rainfall record has been 1.51 inches, and that was in 1991. Unsure of whether we'll break that record between now and midnight, having 46/100 of an inch. We'll have to have a good inch or so between now and midnight to break that record, though. We'll see. Snowfall record for today would be 1 inch, and that fell in 1963. Let me take a sip of water. Hold on, please. Try to clear my throat just a little bit. All right. Let me take my glasses off and show you a few radar and satellite graphs and a forecast graph and go from there. According to the radar here in Jackson and throughout West Tennessee, and like I said, a heavy storm just went by Jackson. It's off to our east now, as you can see. That red, there's some more to our northwest, and parts of Crockett County. It's getting ready to rain pretty good in Alamo. We're near Alamo, and all the way up to Halls. It's raining pretty good in Halls, Tennessee right now. Now let me branch this radar out a little bit. Excuse me. As you can see, there's a lot more storms to our west along the Mississippi River. It's moving rapidly northeast. Just a few storms passing by Jackson. There has been some heavy ones moving by us and on over in the middle Tennessee, as you can see. But most of them are still to our west over in Arkansas, moving rapidly northeast. They should intensify or a little bit more as the evening progresses, especially toward midnight tonight on to possibly noon tomorrow. As you can see, some pretty heavy thunderstorms is up north of us, up in Missouri, Boot Hill, western Kentucky, and northeastern Arkansas. This area up and through here is really getting some heavy rain, up around Sikeston, Missouri, and Cairo, Illinois, and up in that area east of Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and a little bit of snow just north of that, believe it or not. We came close to getting some snow this morning in our area here in Jackson early this morning, but it warmed up just enough to keep it rain. As you see, the snow is falling up in Missouri pretty good from about Cape Girardeau, Missouri. We're actually snowing there now, and westward over toward Waller, Farmington, Sullivan, and Festus, and those areas of Missouri. Sleet below that area. There you see what's sleeting up there, but it's a heavy rain just south of that, and there may be pretty heavy sleet there in Cape Girardeau, because they're right on the verge of the rain changing over to snow up in that area, and heavier rain further south, of course. Let me branch on out just a little bit more and get more of the area in the coverage area. Give an idea of what it looks like. Arkansas is pretty heavy on rain. Southeast Missouri is too. Poplar Bluff is getting pounded up there, looks like. All the way over to almost Mayfield, Kentucky. Carbondale, Illinois is probably snowing. Lebanon, like I mentioned, Jefferson City, Waller, and all those areas are getting pretty good snow. Just now starting in St. Louis, it looks like. But down here where we're at in Jackson and points south, it's rain. Alright, let me take one more branch out, and that should cover it pretty good. That area of snow is right here, as you can see. The area of heavy rain is down near our area. It branches on down into toward Little Rock, Arkansas, and west of there even. It's rain all across Tennessee. It's heavy over here across northern North Carolina as well. We're heavy there in the western sections of North Carolina. There you see where it's at. And on down into parts of Alabama and Georgia as well. Alright, that's a pretty good look at the radar this evening. Let me branch it back in some so that you can see it better as the evening progresses. And let me see. There's Jackson. And kind of focus it on Jackson. Boy, it's really raining hard up in this area. Sikeston, Missouri. That's actually changing over to snow up there too. Oh Lord, it's getting close. I know. We're not going to be too from it ourselves. Raining in Paducah, Kentucky, about 100 miles north of Jackson, roughly. But snowing maybe 100 miles north of here and moving north. That's good news in that regard. It's not moving in our direction. Only thing it is rain. Alright, that's a look at the radar for right now. I may come back to it in just a minute. Let's look at the satellite picture across the area. This is a new version that I've got up here. You see how how cloudy it is across the state. Arkansas all the way out to central Oklahoma, down into Texas. That's all moving northeast. The cloud stretches on down into, of course, parts of Mississippi and Alabama, Georgia. It's clear down in Florida. That's where I need to be tonight, down in Florida. Maybe along the Gulf Coast or something. But it's clear down there. And you see the clouds over in the eastern part of the U.S. there. More clouds to come, obviously. Alright, now let's take a quick look at the whole United States, I think. Let me see if I can get that to come up. Well, I tell you what, don't worry, don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the other stats, or maps. Remember, there's a flash flood watch in effect for all the Mid-South and good portion of Tennessee until 6 a.m. Thursday morning. And there's several river flood advisories for several rivers throughout the West Tennessee area and Tennessee itself. And there's a winter weather advisory for parts of northeast Arkansas on up into Missouri. And flash flood warnings down in Alabama. But that has nothing to do with us right away. We'll probably wind up with some warnings here in West Tennessee before too long. Tonight or tomorrow anyways. Alright, let me look at the grand finale one, if you can call it that. See if it still covers most of the country. Yep, it sure does. Let me bring it over so you can see it a little bit better. My goodness, look at the area of green is, of course, flash flood watch. The red in Alabama is flash flood warnings. And look how widespread the flash flood watch is. It still covers most of Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, a little bit of Alabama, and Mississippi, and Arkansas, and West Tennessee, of course. Boy, look at that winter weather advisory all the way from northern Arkansas up through Missouri, all the way up to Chicago, nearly up to Canada almost. And way over here toward the northeastern Great Lakes as well. There's a big area of winter storm warning over here in red along the Appalachian Mountains there, Pennsylvania down through North Carolina. And you see the other warnings and advisories out in parts of the western part of the U.S. All right, let me branch out a little bit, see if I can get it all in one frame here. All right, there you see the whole country and all the various advisories around the area, including West Tennessee's. All right, let me go to the local forecast, the maps at least, real quick like. Let me backtrack it just a little and show you tonight's forecast map, the way it should be looking like. Okay, let me bring it down a little bit. I believe that's tonight's as of 2:40 p.m. Yeah, today, this evening's weather map. It shows where the flash flood thread is within that red area. There you see how far it stretches from eastern Texas all the way to Kentucky, most of Tennessee, and then snow north of that, and at least rain and snow mix north of that. And you see where the freezing rain potential is, and they're in purple, and a little snow area up in Iowa, just northwest of that. It pretty much confirms the rate of what we just saw. Some more precipitation out west in the western part of the country, of course. And that's the map at one frame here. And again, that's today's map. Tomorrow morning's weather map moves the stuff over to the east of us just a little bit. The flood threat moves from Mississippi up to Kentucky still, but more of a middle and east Tennessee by tomorrow morning. The freezing precipitation moves further north, as you can see, in the purple there. The snow moves up a little bit further north as well. Another pocket there in Pennsylvania and Maryland. And there you see what tomorrow morning's map should look like, or forecasted to look like. Look like a little more rain and snow mix over there in California, out west, but I'm going to concentrate on our area since we have such a huge threat of rain around this our area. Look at Thursday morning's map now. The flood threat sort of returns to right along the Mississippi, West Tennessee border by Thursday morning. And it'll probably carry on into Friday and Saturday, more into West Tennessee by then. But then you see what it looks like for Thursday morning, mainly south of us, Mississippi and Alabama. And you see what's expected to precipitate and where by Thursday morning, different parts of the country. Let me get this all in one angle if I can. Alright, give you a better look at it there. Alright, let me read 2 or 3 days off to you roughly of the complete weather forecast for right here in Jackson, West Tennessee. Looks like we're in for a cloudy night. Excuse me. For the rest of tonight, even isolated thunderstorm is possible. On into tomorrow, actually, 90% chance for the rest of tonight and tomorrow. And then thunderstorms is expected both until about noon. Believe it or not, the storm should be ending by tomorrow afternoon, then just rain till tomorrow night. Then the sky should actually become fair right around 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow night. That's some good news. We're going to get a little bit of a break from the rain, it looks like. Low tomorrow morning near 37 degrees. High tomorrow about 58 degrees. Boy, won't that feel good, especially compared to today's 38 degrees. We came close to having an ice storm, but thank goodness it didn't develop into that. Alright, let me see. The moon will be setting, even though we won't see it probably, at 6:48 a.m. tomorrow morning. The full moon, that is. Tomorrow's wind will be out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Sun rises tomorrow morning at 6:36 and sets at 5:42. Moon will be rising at 7:09 tomorrow night and set at 7:30 a.m. Thursday morning. Thursday looks like it's going to be continued fair from Wednesday night into Thursday morning till around noon, then becoming mostly cloudy again with a 50% chance of showers during the afternoon, Thursday afternoon, then 80% by Thursday night. Low of 37 and a high of 54 with northeast winds at 10 to 20. And on the Friday, mostly cloudy skies continue with another 90% chance of showers. Thunderstorms become likely toward midnight Friday night into Saturday morning. Alright, low near 45, high of 56 with east winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. One more day of clouds and rain. Saturday, mostly cloudy with an 80% chance of more showers and thunderstorms. They should be ending before midnight or by midnight Saturday night. At least I hope so. Low near 54 and a high near 69. Whoa, almost 70 degrees. With south winds of 15 to 25 miles per hour on Saturday. Finally, Sunday, I'll get one whole day of mostly clear skies. That'd be a miracle by itself. A low near 42 and a high of 56 with west wind to 10 to 20. Yeah, it's going to go back to mostly cloudy by next Monday. A low of 35, high of 55, east wind 10 to 20. And as far as I'm going to go for tonight, my friends. Once again, the showers are likely west of tonight till at least noon tomorrow. Thunderstorms a good possibility, especially between midnight tonight till noon tomorrow. Then just rain till sunset tomorrow evening. Then skies should clear up. At least until Thursday afternoon, we got a chance of rain moving back in by Thursday afternoon, especially Thursday night. Low of 37 and high 58 again for tomorrow. The south winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Alright, let's look at see what the radar looks like one more time. The storms are picking up a little bit to our west, but they are moving slightly to our northwest. It looks more like they're heading toward Humboldt weather than Jackson. But we're still real heavy up there in Missouri Boot Hill. The snow is stretching all the way down to Sykeston, Missouri. My goodness, getting that close to us. But they shouldn't change over to snow here, though. I think the temperatures are going to stay warm enough to keep it all rain and not even ice. At least I hope not. But there's more storms over there. But they're moving kind of toward Paducah, Kentucky, and Union City more than Jackson. But we'll get our fair share overnight of more showers and thunderstorms ourselves. Well, alrighty, I guess I'll let it go at that for tonight. Thank you for watching and viewing and subscribing. And I hope to have an update for you again, of course, tomorrow night. And it gets too rough, I may try to do a live on Facebook. But I'll probably save the regular one for here tomorrow night. Alright, again, thanks for watching and viewing. And good night and God bless you. And be careful out there with all that rain going on. Good night.